what's up everyone? It's Mike again, and I'm here with another video. Again, to my young people, I want to take a moment to just really reinforce you and let you know that if people are intimidated by you or putting you down, well, let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt like older people who should be supporting you, should be pushing you forward, should be guiding you, instead of guiding you, they're pouring cold water on your dreams, on your fire. They're telling you you don't know anything and you have nothing to offer, you're good for nothing. Or maybe they're telling you to just get in line and stop being different, or stop being unique, or stop expressing your leadership skills. Well, it's happened to me, and I know the feeling, and I just want to take a moment to encourage you, to let you know that if that's happening, it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them. Whenever a person who is older than you finds themselves rejecting you or putting you down, they're not doing what they're supposed to do as adults. We as adults, or we as the previous generation, have a responsibility to reach back and do something to guide and do something to instruct the next generation coming up. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? If not this, then what? And anyone who does not live up to that responsibility is doing less than their fair share to guide the next generation in the right direction. And so I'm saying all that to say this. I've been in situations where a person that should have been helping me or coaching me or guiding me or giving me some positive reinforcement or some encouragement to let me know, hey, you're on the right track, keep doing the right thing, keep moving forward, keep learning, keep growing. Instead of doing that, I sense this weird intimidation, this weird awkwardness where nothing I did was ever good enough. And to be honest, it wasn't a person that I was trying to impress anyway. I just acknowledged this weird sense of competition from people who could have been my parents or even grandparents, and I thought it was really childish. I thought it was really immature, and I thought it was short-sighted and closed-minded. So that's why I'm making this video for you, to let you know that it's not you, it's them. They're supposed to be doing much better than that. That's beneath the level that they should be at. So now the next question is, why are they doing that? Why is it someone half their age is such a threat? Now, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I love driving coach buses, and that was some years back. That was what I was going for. That was my my job in the area that I wanted to build a career in, being a coach bus driver, because I love transportation, I love driving. It worked out. Well, I wouldn't say it worked out. I worked hard with the grace of God to be one of the youngest coach bus drivers in my company at the age of 21, when most people were, entering into mastery for their own personal driver's license. I'm driving a commercial vehicle with 57 passengers, 57 souls on board, and it was so unique of a situation that later on I was actually released, because it got back to the insurance company of my boss's company that a 21-year-old was driving a coach bus, and they like, for safety, a 25-year-old minimum. That's the minimum for them to say, well, this is a safe driver. The age was 25. So I was 4 years ahead of my time. And it was beautiful, but that's one of the casualties of being a pioneer or pressing forward. you're going to have to deal with some things that people aren't too sure of. People don't know how to place you or categorize you or classify you, and that's okay. And that's why I'm making this video as well, so that you would know that you need to be okay with that. People won't always understand you when you're a pioneer, because you're doing something, you're pressing forward, you're pushing past barriers that have held other people back, but you're not being held back. That's not who you are. So there are certain things that I've been able to do that are reserved for older people or people who are older than me. And when other people sense that type of persistence, when other people sense that type of drive, it can be intimidating, especially when their position or what they have to gain, their status, is compromised or jeopardized. They're gonna fight back. They're gonna push back. It could possibly be a diplomatic attack or a rhetorical attack where they undercut you verbally. But one way or another, if a person can't support you when you're doing a good job, especially if they're older than you, something is seriously wrong. So the reason why they are intimidated is because you possess youth. Okay, youth is not supposed to scare me. How does youth scare an individual who's older? Well, let me give you a synonym for youth. A synonym for youth to those people is potential, fresh new ideas, innovation, tomorrow, a restart, a reboot. So all of these are supposed to be good things for whatever organization you mean to help, but for the people who are older than you or have seniority or have been where you are longer than you, they might not see it that way, because you present a threat. You represent a threat to them, because you could potentially be their replacement, or you could be their improvement. So understand that's what they're really afraid of. So the next time you get a little kickback from a person who should be encouraging you or pushing you forward, you have a choice. First of all, the choice is to get angry or understand what I just said. And I hope you make the right decision. Don't get angry and don't stoop down to their level. In fact, this could be an opportunity for you to help that person past an obstacle in their own life by asking the right questions. Questions like, why are you intimidated by me? And of course, they're going to deny it because they don't want to admit to you, a person that might be half their age, that you are a big giant in their mind. They don't want to admit that, you know, you're a titan to them. So they're not gonna admit that they're intimidated by you. But just understand that, you know, the issue's not with you, it's with them. They're out of place. They're out of the place where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be helping you. So the next thing you can do is really ask questions until you get to the bottom of their insecurities and understand that they're intimidated by you and they're trying to undercut you because they themselves don't feel secure in their position, they don't feel secure in their ability or their skills, and they don't feel secure around you. So I hope that encourages you to stay on the right track and don't let, you know, the haters take you off of the golden road. All right, and I'll close with this little story, so that you can see there's also a comical side to it as well. I told you that I was interested in driving coach buses, and that's what I was doing one day. I took a group from I believe Brooklyn, New York to Atlantic City, and when we got to our location, they were disembarking the bus, and as they were getting off the bus, one of one of the passengers, she looked at me and she said, you know, you're too young to be driving this bus. I don't even know if you are even licensed to drive this bus. I need to see your license. And I already told you what I went through. I already told you how much I fought to get in that position and do what I loved to do. And I wasn't about to have anyone jeopardize my position. So I just immediately, you know, got defensive and I asked the lady, excuse me, ma'am, what is your problem? I showed my license, I presented my license, which wasn't, I didn't have to do that legally. I didn't have to show her my license. She's not a law enforcement officer, but I showed her because she was a passenger under my care. And because she's a passenger under my care, I want to make sure that she's confident in my abilities to bring her there safely, bring her back to her location safely. So I explained to her, I said, ma'am, you know, please understand that I brought you here safely and I will bring you back safely. I am a certified driver. I am legally authorized to drive this vehicle. And I went into this whole huge defensive rant, and I think about 3 or 4 people turned around because of the commotion that I was making. And it was simply because this woman who was obviously older than me questioned my ability and undermined my authority to occupy my position. And I already told you that I was it was feasible for the lady to think that I was too young to drive the vehicle. I understood that, but I had to defend my right to occupy my position, so that's what I did. And so later on, when they came back on the bus after their time in the facility, wherever they were, her friend pulled me to the side and said, is everything all right with you? And I said, yes, everything's all right. I'm fine now. I just don't like when people, you know, undermine my ability to do my job safely in front of my other passengers, because then it raises concerns that I have to deal with on a 3-hour drive. And I don't like for people to have an uncomfortable ride wondering if their driver can even get them back to their destination safely. And she says to me, well, I only say that because my friend didn't mean anything by asking you for your license. She's attracted to you, she likes you, and she actually wanted your phone number. And I really had to bow out gracefully. Now, this is way before my meeting my beautiful wife, Virginia, who I love and who gave me 3 wonderful kids. This is way before that. I'd say about 7 years ago. So that teaches me a lesson that you can never be too sure what a person is thinking. And I wasn't fully aware, because I was in a professional capacity, what was happening. But I want to let you know that if you are in a position and you might be before your time or a little younger than the average person who occupies that position, don't be afraid. Especially if an individual who is older than you, instead of guiding you, is intimidated by you, don't be afraid. Take your time, breathe, don't get involved, don't lower yourself to their level and get caught up in their petty and mature back and forth. What you do is you take the mature route, the route that got you into such a position in the first place, your maturity. Take the mature route and ask questions to find out why this person is insecure or intimidated by you, and get to the heart of their insecurity. All right? So I hope that'll bless you. I hope that'll encourage you to keep on moving forward. Until next time, keep on growing, keep on doing, keep on becoming. God bless.